Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm your game bastard, Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.
Today we're playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
All introducing ourselves like morning shock jocks, I guess.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Bastard Quest Morning Zoo.
That's how the rules of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles require you to do it. It says in here from the book from 1985, if you're recording a podcast.
Here's Corey with the weather.
It's wet.
And now it's time to play our quiz game.
Austin's in the Bastard Quest chopper. What's traffic look like, Austin?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. It's hot.
I got a gun.
So yeah, we're playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles today. This is the original from 1985 by Palladium. It is not in print anymore. You can find copies on the internet, of course. Not that many. I managed to snag one for an undisclosed amount of money.
Let's just say Kyle's firstborn ain't going to Harvard.
Thanks a lot,
No.
patrons.
This is an older game system. It's a lot like early D&D in that you roll a D20 if you want to hit stuff, and you add whatever modifiers are relevant. And it has a skill system that's pretty complicated. In that,
Really? Is it?
well, it's not complicated. It's just thorough. It's expansive.
For our patrons, you'll hear the session zero and the trauma we went through creating these characters.
There's a lot of skills.
A bit much. Yeah.
Todd developed a new phobia.
I honestly did, yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're just rolling percentile dice, and if you roll under your skill number, you do it.
Right. So in that case, it's similar to like Call of Cthulhu. Like if you've got a 70%, you just want to roll underneath it.
Yeah.
If only 2 more people will sign up as patrons, I can afford therapy.
He's kidding. Well, we'd never let him go to therapy.
No, absolutely not.
No, that's the magic of the show.
Yeah.
Characters have hit points, and they have armor, and it's fine. So the meat of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is that you can roll randomly to create a mutant animal. And that's the fun part.
Character creation itself was fantastic. It was the minutia of the skills that was a bit much, which, like you said, 80s made game.
And to a certain extent is present in most any game.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
But the list of animals is great. You could be just about any animal, and they have detailed rules for like, you could be like a semi-human badger, more of a full badger man.
Yeah, well, at first you roll for like where your animal, like I rolled zoo animal, and I believe, Austin, you got like woodland or something.
Yeah, I got like wild animal.
Yeah.
I got farm.
Yeah, exactly. And then you roll again to see what sort of animal you got from underneath that kind of skill level.
Yeah.
So
Like they had them categorized, which should illustrate for you exactly how many different options we had.
it was a ton.
It was a bunch.
Because we rolled percentile die for all of these, which means there was an animal for every digit from 1 to 100.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so
I got Noah. I rolled man. Every animal was included.
Tonight's adventure is called The Most Dangerous Game.
That's right.
so who wants to talk about their mutant animal first? And they're not all the same animal. There's, we didn't go full Ninja Turtle. They're not consistent.
Yeah.
Because that's more fun.
I guess up top, we should let people know that we've stuck with the tradition established by the Ninja Turtles themselves. We are...
Biblically, yes. Yes.
We are continuing the tradition of naming your characters after
Artists.
Oh, right, yeah.
throughout history.
But not artist of that same period.
No, yeah, we kind of skipped the rest of the Renaissance and went straight to other more interesting movements. So anyway, I'm Banksy the Beaver.
Yes.
Austin's was the first we rolled, and it was beaver, and I was so happy. Not a lot of mutant beaver content out there on the internet.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, he is he's a monster.
Okay.
40 feet tall.
So we rolled randomly for the backgrounds for our characters, and there's, again, so many options that were available to us. Like, you were created in, a lab accident, or you, in my case, were raised in slavery and created to be like basically a workforce. Eventually, my character escaped and made off with a bunch of money.
Thank you.
Like a bunch of money. Went about teaching himself other skills and trying to find his way in the world.
Yeah, Banksy the Beaver started with $140,000, and right now you're thinking that's not that much, but we're talking about $1985.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we should mention that we are actually playing this game in 1985.
That's right.
Yes, that is the world we're creating in. And just for reference, guys, how much money did y'all start out with?
Oh, I had $5,000. So like we kind of pulled our money because you have to buy equipment as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we kind of did that because friendship.
I had 12,000.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was just like, guys, let's just pool our money because I kind of feel like I did back when I got that $1,200 check in 2020.
We should do that in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going to all live in Kyle's house.
Your character should just buy Apple stock. And
I mean,
He's pretty skilled, pretty highly skilled. I rolled pretty well on character creation this time around. And then because of both my animal type and my background, I am privy to over 40 different skills. Now, here's something we're going to get out of the way right fucking now. I did not pick 40 skills.
no.
I don't think any of us picked all the skills that were available to us because we got real tired.
Yeah. I picked about 20, and then I just added extra bonuses to each one.
Yeah.
So anyway, his weapon of choice is a large sword. He's got smoke bombs, climbing claws, all the traditional ninja accoutrement, and that's about it.
Wait, your guy is a ninja, right? Like I think Todd and I picked different martial arts.
Oh, yes, I am trained in ninjutsu.
Okay.
now, what was your signature weapon?
A large sword. So I told the guys, like, I like to picture. So first of all, just so you get the right visual, this is not like a little beaver curled up and running around with samurai sword. This is like a semi-humanoid beaver with a significant overbite and like a claymore.
Yeah, like Cloud in Final Fantasy VII, basically. Yeah.
Todd, what do you got?
My character is named after the artist Bob Ross.
Yes.
His alignment is good and scrupulous, obviously, and he's also obsessed with cleaning. He was a result of a deliberate experiment and was educated and trained as if he were a human.
Just like Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Just like Bob
Yeah.
Ross.
Yeah, they didn't look down on him because of that haircut.
However, he's a chicken.
Sure.
He was created by the KFC Corporation to be their spokes chicken. After a little bit of market research, they determined that I was frightening and disturbing and made children cry. Because I'm a 175-pound chicken who is humanoid. I have hands. Had to separate myself from the KFC Corporation. I did leave on good terms with my $12,000 severance. However, I became woke, as they say, and saw what they were doing to other animals. And that's when I joined up with the beaver and Corey's character, who we have not met yet, but we will very soon. I just wanted to let everyone know that I did train in martial arts. The martial art that I'm proficient at is Wing Chun.
Nice.
And my weapons are nunchaku, which I refer to as nunclucks.
Hey. Hello.
Yeah, I think every character has a tie to the KFC Mutant Animal Division.
Yes.
We decided that was kind of the evil corporation we're fighting against and this is before KFC Yum, so Pizza Hut and Taco Bell are not involved.
No,
we're
this
still
is-
cool with them.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, especially Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
because
oh, God.
historically, I mean,
Yeah.
we love pizza.
In this story, Pizza Hut is not like now to where you see like a insurance company with the Pizza Hut shaped roof, but it's been painted beige.
Right. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, this is like height of the era, marbled red glass.
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah,
A salad
Frosty
bar,
mugs of root beer
handmade pizzas, jukebox, and Galaga.
and hepatitis.
Yes.
the glory days.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, in the 80s, when you went to Pizza Hut, you were fancy eating.
Oh, they didn't clean the tongs.
Listen,
No.
they had yet to come up with stuffed crust pizza, you fuckers.
Yeah,
right.
that was when shit started going downhill.
that was the death knell.
Yeah, it was the forbidden fruit. We should not have pushed technology that far.
The crackling rattle in the throat of pizza.
This this whole Ninja Turtles adventure just has an overriding theme of the modern Prometheus.
It does. We got too close to the fucking sun.
So Banksy the beaver and Bob Ross the chicken.
Yes, some other things that, some other skills that Bob Ross has are watercolors,
Well,
ice skating, first aid. He can do ventriloquism and disguise his voice.
He does a great chicken impression.
It really does. And thanks to the generosity of Banksy Beaver and his $140,000, he is wearing Class 4 hard armor.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. We all... Right. Actually, Corey, you picked something different, didn't you?
yeah, because it matched my character better. But
Yeah. So, yeah, Todd and I both picked... Like, basically that ceramic armor that's in John Wick 3.
or like the Dune Atreides armor. Yeah. They're essentially mech suits. I don't know.
You'll be ready when the Sardaukar show up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Corey, you ready?
Give me a minute. Yes, I'm ready.
That's ominous.
So I rolled a zoo type animal. Ended up being a gorilla. I named my gorilla after the famous photographer. I think he was mostly prominent in the 80s and 90s. Mapplethorpe is his name.
Yep.
After Robert Mapplethorpe. He did a lot of really beautiful photography, mostly black and white, a lot of nudes, and I think what he's most notorious is a bad word, but like it was controversial in the day. A lot of BDSM bondage type of photography. So,
Which makes your armor make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I got studded leather armor, camera. So his cause of mutation was deliberate experimentation, also by the KFC Corporation. He was trained and educated via cruel punishment. He's got a bunch of gorilla type skills, climbing, dancing. You know how gorillas are with dancing. His weapon is a whip. Again, I'm trying to stick with the BDSM community.
Who could forget that early 1993 Patrick Swayze vehicle, me and Mapplethorpe the dancing gorilla?
That was Clint Eastwood.
It was Clint Eastwood. I forgot, yeah.
Also, not a ninja. He's trained in martial arts. Sticking with judo. Served me well in the past.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And it is easy to say. He's actually more smart than he is. I got a lot of boost for physical strength just from rolling a gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
But my initial random rolls were pretty bad for like physical strength, but ended up okay. But he still, his big things are in smarts. So he has a lot of skills revolving around sciences and stuff like that.
So basically we cast against type here.
Yeah.
All right. And of course, your mentor is a mutated pigeon named Hangnail.
Oh, that's right.
I had completely blanked on who our mentor was.
Yeah.
That's Hangnail the pigeon, who, strangely enough, has a fear of mutants.
He's terrified of mutants.
Oh, yeah, that was
also.
random.
He's not a pseudo-humanoid animal. He's just a pigeon. That's intelligent.
Yeah.
He addresses us from his cage.
Right.
That you keep him in.
Right.
He considers you his captors, but is too scared to say anything.
Got Stockholm Syndrome.
All right, so we got the phobic pigeon, the intellectual expert gorilla, the calm little chicken, and the burly beaver.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay.
So we open on a wide shot of a city skyline. It's not New York. It's not Chicago. It's a small town known as Corbin, Kentucky.
Oh, God.
But beyond that skyline is a massive industrial complex with the words KFC, MAD on the sign out front. And inside one of the large buildings, we see all sorts of laboratory equipment. It's this grandiose facility, multi-levels of research projects going. But at the center is a man in a white suit with a white hair and a mustache and a mech suit. He's writing furiously in a tattered notebook, and then he rages just as lightning strikes in the sky above, smashes the workbench. No! My calculations are incomplete. I must have the mutant data. We must recapture them. Someone, get me some pants.
Yeah.
And we cut to a Shoney's just outside Corbin.
The antithesis of KFC.
Our mutant heroes, Bob Ross, Mapplethorpe, and Banksy,
Is Bob Ross one word?
Yes.
Bob Ross.
Yeah. Are crowded into a booth. Each of you is enjoying one of the world-famous hot fudge cakes from Shoney's. And across from you is your contact, Tim Keating, Patreon member, also a scientist at the Mutant Animal Division. He helped all of you either escape or, in Bob Ross's case, get
We were
set up.
co-workers.
Yeah, co-workers. And he's all giving you the lowdown, talking about how the Colonel's gone crazy recently. And he started recapturing all the discarded or escaped mutants from years of failed mad projects. And he's urging you to get out of town, make yourself scarce, go to someplace bright and sunny, like Toronto.
Yeah.
You guys got to get out of here. Colonel's lost his mind this time. I think he might do something drastic. He's been cooped up in the hothouse for weeks.
Tim, I hear what you're saying. I want you to watch me, okay? I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to put it in that hot fudge. And look at this. I'm going to make a happy little heart right there on your plate. Look at that. It's a happy little heart and hot fudge. I did that for you.
I appreciate it. It's a beautiful sentiment. I'm just afraid of what the Colonel would do if he got his hands on your delicious feathers.
I will take this hot fudge and drizzle it over your nipples for you if you would like.
We've been over this. I'm not interested in that.
Thank you for sharing your boundaries with me, Tim.
I feel like I have to keep sharing on my... It's just always something like hot fudge on my nipples, cherry on my butthole. I don't...
May I photograph your perineum?
Also, no.
Thank you.
For the third time, no. I feel like a lot of mistakes were made when we experimented on you.
I am a gorilla.
Okay, but if we have to like get out of here, where would we like go? This is like the only place we've known, and I just don't know where we would head.
We've never left this Shoney's.
Well, that's where you're in luck, guys, because actually, as you know, I was created to be spokes chicken for KFC, and they actually took me on a tour of the United States where I left a trail of frightened children and confused parents in my wake. There's a lot of cool stuff out there, guys. I'm telling you. I say that we get rid of the Colonel once and for all, and then we can all live happy little lives.
I'm happy to move anywhere where people are open to taking $35 to be photographed because that is what I have.
I'm like down for trying to take out this Colonel or whatever, because, you know, like, guys, I stole like a lot of money, and it's not like we live in the sewers or anything. Like, I have a penthouse apartment. It's like the biggest residence in Corbin.
So you guys are finishing your delicious desserts. So you guys are almost done, but then you hear the squealing of tires. You look out into the parking lot. This is Shoney. The whole thing's basically made of glass. 2 pickup trucks and an El Camino roll into the parking lot. Just full of rednecks. It's plaid, trucker caps, and ripped jeans as far as the eye can see. They're carrying a motley collection of baseball bats, broken bottles, and machetes. And they shoulder their way inside. The hostess says, hey, y'all can't come in here like that. You don't even got no shoes on, Cletus. But led by their good old boy, Bryce McLean, Patreon member,
Thank you, Bryce.
they shoulder inside and, of course, surround your table. Bryce, wearing a six-pack.
Wait, are those his abs, or does he actually have a six-pack?
He actually has a six-pack.
Okay.
He's got it strapped to him like grenades.
On a helmet. With tubes.
He's got like one of those beer belts you buy from the back of Popular Mechanics.
Well, I was thinking he had like surplus army.
Or a Chewbacca bandolier.
Yeah. Yeah, like, but with a six-pack.
Oh, that's nice. They should invent those now.
And he bellies up to your table. Mutants ain't welcome in Corbin no more. Word on the street is, old Colonel's got a bounty on you freaks. And we gonna make us some beer money, ain't that right, boys? You tell him, Bryce. And there's this hooting and hollering. My mom was nice. And just all sorts of weird catcalls and yells.
Bryce, Bob Ross, spokes chicken. The only bounty I'm aware of are the paper towels that help clean up spills. As far as a bounty on us goes, I have 2 words for you. Get clucked.
I just got the bounty joke. It's wonderful.
So the whole time Bob is talking, Bryce is just clearing his throat. And then just drops a loogie on what's left of Bob's dessert at the end of it.
Thank you so much, Bryce. I'm just going to take that loogie and I'm going to turn that into a happy little tree right here on my plate. I'm just going to stretch it out, and yeah, I'm going to take that cherry from my son and put it on there. It's a cherry
Maplethorpe
tree.
hits Bryce over the top of the head.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Okay, how do we do that?
You roll a d20.
D20.
Okay.
If you roll high, you get it.
I rolled an 11.
4.
18.
So Bryce rolled a 6. Now, of course, since you instigated, you're going to get a surprise attack off on Bryce before anybody can do anything, but then we'll start the regular initiative cycle.
Okay.
What do you hit him with? Just you throw a punch or...
A spork.
Now, Corey, this is Shoney's in 1985. They only have metal utensils.
Yes.
Oh. All right.
I will kill this man.
Okay, roll your attack. You have essentially two actions per round. You're starting off a surprise round, so you could go ahead and use both yours to attack twice. Just so you guys know, if you get hit, and it's really easy to get hit in a Palladium game, you probably want to be able to use an active defense like dodge or parry, or roll with punch. Now, I think you all have an automatic dodge, right?
I think we all have parry or dodge. Yes.
So if you don't have automatic dodge, I think you all do, then you would have to spend one of your actions to dodge or parry.
Okay.
Okay, meaning like we are always ready for it, but the only cost of that is our turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if you have an automatic dodge, you don't have to use one of those actions.
Oh, okay.
It just automatically happens.
Yes, I have automatic parry and dodge.
Yeah, I have auto parry.
Now, the downside, it's not so much in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think this is mainly a Rifts game thing. Is that, like, in Rifts characters, if you had a more advanced character, you might have a different automatic dodge bonus than a normal dodge bonus. Like, your typical regular dodge could be higher. So that's just kind of an interesting trivia about Palladium games. But in this case, yeah, there's no reason you wouldn't want to use your automatic dodge. If you had a better parry, you'd have to spend your action. So in this case, Corey, you can actually make 2 attacks before anybody does anything.
Okay.
And of course, you can use any of your weapons. If you want to use the utensils at the table, a fork's just going to do 1 point of damage.
Spork. But yes, I think I'll initially hit him with the spork if I can.
You absolutely can.
Okay.
So yeah, you're going to roll a d20. If you have any bonuses to hit, you add those in. You probably don't have any sort of weapon specialties with a spork.
The only skill not included in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was spork mastery.
So I think, yeah, just roll a d20, and as long as you roll over a 5, you're going to hit them.
Okay. 11.
Okay, so you hit. Now, Bryce isn't wearing any armor. If you roll over like I said, if you roll over a 5 in most Palladium games, you hit your target. Now, if they have armor on, they'd have an armor rating. Let's say Bryce was wearing, I don't know, some kind of plate mail or something.
Yeah.
Then he might have an armor rating of 15, which means if you roll over a 5 but less than 15, you'd hit that armor, and any damage you do would come off his armor's SDC points, structural damage capacity. Now, he doesn't. He's just a redneck in a Shoney's being an ass. So it's going to come straight off his SDC, which, I mean, these are mooks, so he does not have a bunch. So you can roll damage for your spork.
Okay. What would that be?
Let's say 1d3.
Okay. That's a 5. So 3.
Where do you stab him with the spork?
The perineum.
Maplethorpe jams the spork right between Bryce's legs, missing his testicles and anus. And Bryce shouts, "Oh, my perineum!" Stumbling backwards, spurting blood. Hey, some rednecks are very educated about human physiology.
True. We're from Kentucky. Come on.
All right, Corey, you still have one more attack because this is your surprise
So
round.
he's kind of out of the way.
He's not out. He's taking some
He's
damage.
not out, but he's backing away.
He's alarmed.
His perineum is tainted.
Yeah.
How many guys are there again, Kyle?
There's 6 other than Bryce.
Okay, Mapplethorpe springs from his seat at the table, which he already had the table pushed up back pretty far because he's 400 pounds,
Sure.
and springs into the air, does a flip, knocks over the decorative chandelier hanging, because it's Shoney's, so there's chandeliers everywhere.
Classy.
Yeah. Swings his whip at the nearest ne'er-do-well redneck.
All right, there's a guy in a Bud Light shirt.
Okay.
Just right there in whipping range.
Can I name him Terry Lynn Pote?
You can.
That sounds like a good Kentucky
good.
name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hit him with my whip. So D20 again?
Yep.
Kyle?
One of his friends yells out, "Watch out, Terry Lynn!"
19.
Well, turns out he does not have an armor rating higher than as high as 19.
Okay.
So he's just going to take that straight to the face.
Is there crits and stuff in this game?
Yeah, natural 20 is a crit.
Okay, gotcha. Is it one the same?
There's no fumbles.
Okay.
I don't think there are.
Yes.
Okay, so my whip is a D8, and I have a strike bonus of +1, and I have entangle of +1. I think you said I can choose one or the other.
Yes, you can choose to entangle or just hit him in the face.
Okay, he's gonna entangle him with the whip,
Alrighty.
and then take him back to his photography dungeon.
So with entangle, you're not actually going to roll damage. What you do is you attempt to trap their weapon or arm. This takes up 1 melee attack. If they're successful, they can't use that arm. They can't fight with it or whatever weapon's there, and they must roll a dodge against your entangle roll to try to get out.
Okay.
So to get free, Terry Lynn Pope would have to roll over a 20.
Okay.
Given that he has no bonus to hit or dodge, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Your whip has become one with Terry Lynn Pope's arm.
I was gonna try to wrap up his perineum, but whatever.
He is weeping man-sized tears.
Okay.
Now regular combat starts, and Todd, it is your turn.
Well, Bob Ross is going to take out his Nunclux, and he is going to go after another member of Bryce's redneck crew, and we'll call this one Jerry Jeff Toon.
Very good.
I'm glad we're not insulting our Patreon members by using their names as redneck names.
Yes.
No, we would never do that.
Jerry's wearing a Braves hat.
In Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
You know he got it at the thrift store.
Where is Corbin? What part of the state?
Far southeast part of the state.
Okay, that would definitely be Reds country.
Bob Ross rolled a 14.
Yeah, that's going to hit him.
Uh-huh.
What are you hitting him with?
The Nunclux. Bob Ross immediately jumps up from the table. He actually jumps up onto the table and does like a cool like nunchuck thing. He goes behind his back and between his legs, and then he
Yeah.
pops Jerry Jeff Toon in the face.
Audience, prepare for that description quite a lot. Does a cool nunchuck thing.
All right. Roll your Nunclux damage.
That is a D8. God damn it! I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Pops him right in the mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, just breaks his lip open. He stumbles back, cursing, spitting blood, madder than a hornet.
His blood is the color of a beautiful sunset.
Oh.
Austin, it's your turn.
Well, Banksy aims for the fella known as Darren Lee McManus.
He's wearing a Corbin's Best t-shirt.
I went to school with his sister.
Dana? Oh, that was Tina.
No.
Tina's the older sister.
Oh, that's right.
Mary
Debbie
Hill.
Jennifer.
Marielle.
Tammy.
It's definitely Tammy.
Does Darren have any beer on him?
Well, yes, not in a bottle or can.
On him, literally.
It's literally sweating out of his pores.
As Bobrus leaps off the table swinging his Nunclux, Banksy just kind of slides across the floor out of the booth underneath Bobrus's leap. And
I feel like he's propelling himself with his tail, like flapping quickly.
that's what I was getting to. There's
Oh,
this,
good.
there's this like, and he just kind of skitters across the floor.
And that's just Mapplethorpe. Oh, he's horny.
And swings his big sword at the kneecaps of Darren Lee McManus.
Cool.
And so with my sword, I have a +2 strike bonus. Guys, we're back.
Hey,
Well, I rolled a 5, so that's a
what-
total of 7.
what's this wee shit? Todd and I are consistently great.
Yes.
As long as you roll over a 5, you hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So my sword does 3d6 damage.
Well, these guys don't have armor too, right?
They do not.
That would change the D5 rating.
It would not. You're going to hit a lot in a Palladium system. A lot of opponents are going to have armor, so
It's soak then.
That's right.
Kinda. Okay.
That's right.
Got it. Oh, the SDC.
Yep.
That's why our SDCs are so fucking high.
yeah, because remember,
Yes.
some of you have the really good combat armor, which really has a
Yes.
high SDC.
Yes, it's a armor rating of 17 with an SDC of 280.
Jesus, you're
But-
stronger than the gorilla.
If
Yeah.
the bad guys just roll, if they roll a natural 20, that goes straight to your personal SDC and then your hit points.
Right.
So-
The other thing, the higher the SDC, the more likely you're going to get into Hall H at San Diego Comic Con.
That's right. yeah. They just let you ride in with 280.
Which nowadays there's not anything good in there.
No,
Yeah,
it's just
you might get to see like a DC animated trailer.
it's just meaningless corporate drivel these
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
The soul's out of that convention.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm rolling 3d6 damage, and I also have +3 melee damage.
Okay.
That's a total of 12.
Darren Lee McManus explodes in a shower of gore that splatters across the entirety of the Shoney's and utterly ruins dinner for a family of 5.
God damn it, Austin.
Hey, that's what I like to do, man.
Bryce is going to take a swing at Maplethorpe with his baseball bat.
Okay.
He rolled a 12, hits
Okay.
on a 13. What's your armor rating?
For the studded leather, it's 12.
Okay, so he just managed to hit above it. He does 5 points of damage.
And that goes to my SDC.
Yeah, so I guess you would have you'd have STC for your armor and your personal STC. That would go to your personal STC. But you have like, what, 30 or 40 points?
65.
Good lord.
Oh, wow.
It's not as much as the chicken, Jesus.
Well, I just have 35.
Yeah, my personal is 35.
Oh, I
it's,
see.
It's my
Oh, okay.
armor that has the 280.
Yeah, Bryce
Okay.
swings the bat, but it just bounces off Maplethorpe's chest. I mean, you felt it, but it's now your turn, Corey.
Maplethorpe is going to once again whip this man and attempt to like wrap the whip around him and throw him away.
Okay.
Whew, it's a 4, but I got a +1, so that's 5. So that hits.
That does.
Okay.
So Bryce is going to try to dodge. He rolled a 19.
Oh Lord.
He spins out of the way, pirouettes even, hands raised, as if he secretly took ballet classes many years ago.
I'm sure he did. I have dance skills. Can I try to mirror him?
You have 2 attacks this round, so yeah.
Oh.
Also, Austin Todd, you guys forgot to do your extra.
Oh, we had extra
Yeah.
attacks as well?
No, I mean, you could have saved one for a defense if you wanted.
Okay, I'll use it this time around.
Okay, we'll get back to you. Yeah, so Corey, you could mirror it. If you want to roll dance,
Dance off.
you mirror it, and he gets so caught up that you whip him and throw him.
Okay. So I need to roll my dance, right?
Yeah,
Which is 40%.
yeah.
So you're just trying to roll under 40%.
Okay.
Now you can have a 10% bonus because he's not a very good dancer.
Okay. That's a 48. Got it.
Oh, nice.
For a moment, you're like synchronized swimmers, but in a Shoney's.
Take that to the top of the list of sentences you don't expect to hear.
I didn't expect to say it. Then the whip lashes out, embraces Bryce, and hurls him across the bar.
So basically, I throw him across the lunch counter
Yeah.
through the open window where you can kind of see the frustrated heads of the line cooks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, where they've
And-
got all the tickets up.
Onto the flat grill.
You hear screaming, scorching sounds, and you hear somebody, "Damn it, Bryce!"
Do you say anything quippy like 6 is up?
I have killed this man.
So yeah, we forgot to let Todd and Austin do their second attacks. So if you guys want to go and take those now before the rednecks go.
Okay. So how many guys are left?
Well, there's still 5 rednecks. You only exploded one of them.
We're going to say that Banksy leaps up from the floor, spins gracefully through the air while he gets ready to attack another with his sword. But as he spins, he kind of whips his tail and just slaps one of the other rednecks across the face.
It's like a tuna being thrown across a fish market. That's what it sounds like. Roll your attack.
Well, you know how crazy those get. All right, that's a 9.
That's a hit.
So let's see. I'm rolling damage for tail.
We'll say D4.
Okay. And that's plus 3 melee damage.
Good Lord.
Well, that's a total of 4.
That snaps a man's spine.
Jesus.
Spins his head all the way around.
Yeah. It's like Bigfoot stomping on a twig.
And as I get to the other dude, I land on top of one of the benches in the booths, and I just slice my sword right through one of the fixtures holding one of the Shoney chandeliers in place and let it drop down on one of the rednecks.
Chandeliers, by the way.
Yeah.
What are those things called? Like Pizza
A light,
Hut?
Corey, let's be honest. It's a fucking light fixture.
Yes.
But it's a chandelier in this world.
But I'm taking y'all out to eat, and it's going to be nice. They got the chandeliers at Shoney's.
Tonight, Shoney's. Tomorrow, Ponderosa.
That's right.
Don't go crazy. Okay, Todd, what's your second action?
Bob Ross is going to look at redneck assailant. We'll call him Daryl Futrell. He says, "Do you smell that?" Referring to Bryce's charred flesh on the grill.
Oh, God, don't kill me, chicken man.
He says, "Smells like chicken." And he takes his one of his ninja stars. He has ninja stars, and he can use 2 per round. And he whips a ninja star right at Daryl Futrell's forehead.
My God, how far away from this man could you possibly be?
Just a few inches. That's a 4. God damn it.
Well, you probably have a plus 1.
I do have a +1 for strike, so that's a 5.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Roll your damage for a ninja star.
Ninja star damage is a D4.
Why even have like a roll to hit in this game? You know?
It's fair.
Hey, you say that. Next time I roll, it's going to be a fucking 1.
Wow, that's true.
Rolled a 2.
It slices his head off right at the neck.
Okay.
These guys basically have 1 hit point.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
1 or
you
2,
Just like every tough guy from high school. Come on.
basically.
Yeah.
And as Daryl Futrell's head tumbles to the ground, Bob Ross says, "Weird, his body's not running around."
Well,
Yeah, I mean, these are 0 level NPCs. They're stupid.
okay.
Just keep that in mind, high schoolers.
Yeah, just like
Get
everybody in
your
high
fights.
school.
So there are 3 of them left, and they are going to make some morale checks to see if they break. Oh, what do you know? They all drop their weapons, run screaming out to the El Camino, pile in, and speed out of the parking lot.
Night Ranger blaring untriumphantly.
Because they just watched 4 people get eviscerated by some hyped up animal mutants in body armor that came out of frickin' Mad Max. Tim Keating, your friend in contact, stands up, wiping the blood off his coat. We're not going to be able to come back to this show, and it's just like we can't go to the Denny's anymore.
Well, that's all right. Like, I heard somebody was building a Pizza Hut just down the street.
So Tim looks at you guys. I still say you need to get out of town. Find someplace safe,
Where is it we shall go?
far away, like Elizabethtown. The Colonel's not going to give up.
He will hunt us forever.
He's a Kentucky colonel. They're tenacious. You can't just become one of those. They don't just hand that stuff out.
Wait about 20 years. Yes, they will.
This is so specifically for Kentucky listeners. I'm sorry, everybody else.
We have some English listeners, and right now all of them are going, what is a Kentucky colonel again?
Right.
All right, Tim, just so you know, all of that blood and brain matter on your clothing just makes it look like the most beautiful modern art. I mean, you look like a walking Jackson Pollock painting right now. I just want to say that right at the outset, okay? But also, we need to take out Colonel Sanders because we need to free our mutant brothers and sisters who are still there and being experimented on.
I, for one, am tired of this shit. I will take it directly to the Colonel because I was tortured. I didn't like it. I want to kill him. Can we do that?
I like that idea like a lot better because, like I said, I've already got my place in Corbin, and I don't like moving.
Tim hangs his head. I was afraid you guys were going to say that. Here, he gives you his ID badge. That'll get you in through the main security, but you have to figure out some way to get into the grindhouse yourselves.
We've all like been there before in our own way.
Yes, I was spanked and tortured there for many hours.
And they used like my tail for that.
Oh.
So, for Colonel Sanders, you know what I see in his future? I see a future filled with 11 bruises and gouges.
Oh.
So, you guys have Tim's entry badge. You can get through the gate security at the big KFC MAD facility.
And we won't be noticed because, I mean, mutant animals come and go all the time at KFC headquarters.
It's 1985.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the plan? You guys have a van, or you have any sort of transport? I don't know. The Ninja Turtles, they drove a van, right?
They did, but I think we drive a different sort of vehicle in this.
Sure.
We are all cruising around in a 1984 Mercury Topaz.
Yeah, hell yeah, we are.
What color is it?
Gold.
Topaz.
The Topaz.
That's right.
No, I would gotta. No, it's the 80s. It's got to be that like matte fucking aqua, right?
Yeah, sure.
You guys pile into the Topaz. And, of course, immediately start smoking.
Well, it's flooded.
Well, there's
Yeah.
an ashtray on the steering wheel, Kyle.
Probably is. I mean, obviously, you were smoking inside the Shoney's. I just considered
Yeah,
it
yeah,
a
of
given.
course.
Fire up the engine and head out to KFC HQ.
Well, before that, I think we should actually meet up with our mentor,
Okay.
Hangnail.
Hangnail the Pigeon.
All right.
Yeah, we should confer with him because he's our guiding light.
Where do you
which
guys-
was also a popular show in 1985.
Where is Hangnail?
So it's not the sewers. Hangnail lives in a abandoned disco.
Nice.
Yeah, after the 80s, the 80s kind of killed disco.
After the late 70s
Yeah.
disco explosion.
Yeah, you guys pull into the back behind the old disco, get out, get inside. Hangnail's in his cage, fluttering around, hanging in place of the disco ball.
Yeah. We stopped and got pizza on the way, too, because, we got to fuel up.
Yeah, we hit the hut.
Yep.
Now remember, we rolled for all Palladium games have a big list of insanities you can roll, and we rolled for Hangnail, and he has a deep phobia of mutants.
Despite being one, he's a self-hating mutant, apparently.
When you guys come in, the fluttering intensifies until he settles down. Hey, fellas, you're back real quick. Don't worry, I didn't get out of my cage.
We've told you before, like, Hangnail, we don't care if you fly. I mean, you live here. This is your place.
Sure. No, you're right. Yeah, it's our place. We're just friends.
Yes, we worship you as if you were the man Jesus.
Oh, whatever you say.
Hangnail, I had a few moments of free time today, so I took the opportunity to make this lovely watercolor painting of you.
It's beautiful.
You're riding a horse.
I took a picture of you urinating.
Thank you.
It's black and white.
Speaking of insanities, the insanity that Bob Ross got was he's obsessed with cleaning. Obviously, there's pigeon shit all over the floor, so Bob goes and grabs a mop and starts mopping up.
Hold on, save that for me. Yes. Banksy also made you an art, but you'll never find it.
I get it.
So anyway, we were kind of like thinking we're going to go back to KFC
Kill!
and kill the Colonel. What do you like think about that?
We come for your counsel, wise Hangnail.
I think killing him is great. I kill him and any mutant you find.
Thank you.
Kill them all.
Oh, thank you, Hangnail of the beautiful fluffy feathers.
I can have hoods made for you if you need them.
Yes, thank you. We will take your hoods. Wait, where in? We're in Kentucky. What type of hoods do you speak of, my friend?
I got a bunch of Halloween masks in the back.
Oh, let us peruse.
Yeah, and so you guys lower his cage and take him with you. He refuses to leave the cage. And there's boxes full of Halloween masks in the back.
So guys, we can wear masks, but I want to remind everyone, still a giant chicken, a beaver, and a gorilla.
Yeah.
with somewhat human qualities.
Sure.
He has masks set out specifically for you. He wants you to wear, but you can choose whichever ones you want. But he recommends the chicken mask, the gorilla mask, and the beaver mask.
I appreciate your candor, but I will be taking Lorenzo Lamas.
Bob Ross spies a Mr. T Mohawk wig, and he puts that on.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect. Mapplethorpe finds, and this was very niche, but he finds a mask of Christopher Walken from Stephen King's The Dead Zone. Why they even made that mask, I have no idea.
Johnny Smith.
Yes.
And Banksy's going to be a chud.
Well,
Nice.
All right, so you're clearly ready to infiltrate KFC.
yes, I think so.
You have masks, a key card, and a topaz.
I am ready to pity some fools.
Hanging out says, okay, go on. Go kill Sanders and all the mutants.
Thank you, Hangnail, once again for your masterful advice.
So who drives?
I don't know what of our 30,000 fucking skills, because it literally, like, one of the skills was automatic transmission and one of them was manual transmission.
I have the combo.
Okay. Then you're driving,
Okay.
my beaver friend.
Yeah, because I really don't think Bob Ross's ventriloquism skill is going to come into...
Right.
All right, you guys drive outside of the Corbin city limits to the demilitarized zone around the KFC Mad factory. It's mostly a minefield through the woods because of all the escaping mutants.
To this day. Just like KFC now.
I remember when Princess Diana came to Kentucky to protest the KFC mines.
Yes.
You get through the first checkpoint where there's a security guard with an Uzi.
And he's like, Christopher Walken.
He does get Walken's autograph.
Yeah.
Mr. T!
And
You put on some weight.
You're driving around the grounds and you come up to the Grindhouse facility, which is this massive refinery-looking building where the 7 herbs and spices are mixed. Workers in full hazmat suits, 1,000-pound barrels of pepper, blocks of salt the size of apartment buildings, irradiated paprika stolen from India, mutated garlic cloves, everything you would expect in a KFC.
Sure. And are they experimenting with something called a famous bowl?
Well, they have been, but those buildings keep exploding. So you guys park the Topaz and get into the long security line of workers going in, and then you realize, oh no, they're checking DNA. And we'll take a break there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that was an action-packed first episode.
Well,
Packed action is how they said in the 80s.
I mean, I haven't been to a Shoney's in a long time, but if memory serves, that's how it went when you went to eat. You had to fight for those flavors.
That's right.
You eat a fudge brownie sundae and get attacked by rednecks.
That's right. And if you defeat him, you're the big boy.
Oh man, I have no memory of anything on Shoney's menu except for that.
There was ham. I guess.
I have no memory of it either. That's just always the restaurant Dad wanted to stop at to eat while we were on vacation.
Yeah, they still survive northward, not Shoney's, but they have Frisch's, big boy, which are basically the same.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Hardee's and
Carl's Jr.
Carl's, yeah.
As a matter of fact, when the wife and I were in Cincinnati a few months ago, we went to the Frisch's breakfast bar, and it was just like the old school.
they were beaten senselessly by the local ne'er-do-wells.
Yes.
Bryce McLean he ambushed him.
Yes.
Well, speaking of Bryce, special thanks to our Patreon members. 2 were featured this week: Bryce McLean and Tim Keating.
Yes. Thank you to everybody at Patreon, and your continued support is very humbling, and we appreciate you all.
Yeah, if you want to be a redneck that burns to death, just join our Patreon.
Yeah, on a flat grill.
Yeah.
That's terrible. And once again, if you're a listener of any brand, you can get a 10% discount at Norse Foundry. Get some of their beautiful dice. Man, they were just posting some really cool stuff this week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you get 10% off using the discount code CHAM. That's CHAM.
CHAM.
Yes, you can
Cham.
use that for Bastard listeners, and you get 10% off at Norse Foundry. We use their dice pretty much exclusively now.
That's right.
Yeah, they're great. They're very solid.
And also thank you to our sponsor, Barrel and Bond. Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah.
When you take a step in the bathroom, all you find is a redneck that says, "When you come here, you get the beer bandolier."
Is that what he says?
While you're in there, say hello to the pigeon that's hanging in a cage from the ceiling.
Well,
Yeah, he is more afraid of you than you are of him.
Yeah.
And thanks to all our listeners.
Yeah, please follow us on the social medias and give us a rating or a review if you're into that.
Yeah, we appreciate people that leave reviews. It's a big deal, and we really, really thank you very much.
And thank you all for just continuing to tell people about us and bring more people to the show. We've seen such a dramatic uptick in listens lately, and we
Yeah.
just want to thank you all so much.
Yeah, and we don't fuck with advertising much, so this has all been word of mouth, and we really appreciate your support and your willingness to say, "Hey, friend, listen to this dumb shit."
And if you'd like, just go door to door and tell people about Bastard Quest.
Yes, tell your Meemaw, Aunt Pam.
I mean, it works for the Mormons.
We've got we've got pamphlets. Just knock on the door. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Cham?
Jesus.
Well, thank you for listening. I'm Kyle.
I'm Todd.
Corey.
I'm Austin.